Hi there, it's April the 5th, and we're continuing our journey through the good news of Luke. We're in chapter 11 and we're reading from verses 14 to 36. Jesus at the beginning of this reading is casting out an evil power from someone who's been made dumb, and he begins to speak. And the people are amazed, and there's a debate going on among the people saying how amazing he is, how wonderful this is, but also others are saying, no, he's actually casting out demons by the power of Satan. Now the name they use is the Hebrew word Baal-Zevuv, or it could be Baal-Zevul. Baal-Zevuv is a reference to an old Ekronite idol, the lord of the flies, who seemed to be in charge of the flies, and that was transferred to Satan. Or Baal-Zevul actually means the dung god. Zevul is from the word zevel, it means dung or filth, and so that would be a word for Satan as well. Whatever we understand the meaning of that word, what they're basically saying is it's by the power of the devil that Jesus is casting out devils. But Jesus says, look, logically that can't be the case. If a house is divided against itself, it will fall. What I'm doing is I'm going in and I'm robbing the strong man of his power. I'm binding him up and going in and taking away his power to do things. And actually, this is God's power. And he says, if it's the power of God, if by the finger of God I'm casting out demons, then you can be sure that God has become king among you, that God's kingdom is coming among you. And the people are amazed. And one woman shouts out, blessed is the womb that bore you, blessed are the breasts that you sucked from. And Jesus said, actually, it's not about the celebrity of humanity again, it's not about the celebrity of a human being, it's actually about whether we follow God. That the key thing is here. He's trying to teach the crowds the understanding of the key thing is the kingdom of God, his God being king, not about the power of his signs and wonders that he's doing. He goes on in the next part of the reading to respond again to this constant thirst and hunger of the crowds for wonders, for miracles, for magic, if you like. And he says, I'm not going to give you any more signs. I'm going to give you this sign, the sign of Jonah. Jonah, the prophet who went to Nineveh and who preached to Nineveh, and Nineveh turned around and gave itself back to God. He's saying that Jonah was one who God used, and in the same way he's using Jesus. And actually, Jesus is greater than Jonah. And he's saying that people in that generation will rise up and will say, why didn't you listen to the Messiah who's come in your generation? He's actually saying that this is something that's really key in the understanding of who Jesus is. He's not come to do signs and wonders, but he's come as Messiah to bring the kingdom in. And then Jesus wants them to see clearly. He wants them to understand what it is their eyes seem to be fuzzed up by the idea of wonders. And so he says, your eye needs to be clear. If your eye is clear, you can see things clearly. You can see everything with reason. If your eyes are evil, if you're just looking for evil things, then your whole body will be dark. What Jesus wants to bring is to bring light, is to bring clarity, is to bring openness. And this is what he's trying to do in this showing to his people. It's not about the magic of miracles, it's actually about the kingdom of God. Let us be sure that as we are seeking to see God move in power, that we're seeking his face more than his hand. We're seeking his presence more than his deeds. Have a very good April the 5th.